Hey everybody, Mikael colville-andersen here from the Life-Size City, urban designer, author, and maybe today, a sailor. The narrative of Copenhagen, a large part of it for the last couple of decades has been the harbor. They decommissioned the harbor about 20 years ago and they opened it up for public use. They cleaned it as well, man. Imagine being able to swim in the harbor of an ancient European capital. You can do it. Everybody's doing it. It's an amazing addition to life in Copenhagen. I've been looking at it though for the last couple of decades and I'm thinking, man, Copenhageners, they're not realizing the potential of this new real estate, this blue space to go together with all of our green space. Something has happened over the past 5 years. It's like Copenhageners are now finally realizing after such a long time, whoa, I could acquire some sort of floating vessel and sail around the harbor. I could make a raft myself. I can rent a boat. Lots of companies are renting boats on the harbor now and buy a kayak and everything. And it's great. It's really a massive change in the way that we're using the harbor, finally. Then there's me. I'm the guy talking about all this stuff, criticizing this, loving this. You know, I have a lot of opinions about life in Copenhagen. And every summer, it never changes. You know, it's like, oh, I got to get something to float on. I live 4 kilometers from the harbor. I don't have room in my apartment for a kayak or a canoe, and I don't have a car like 75% of Copenhageners, so I don't, have the possibility of buying a little motorboat or a little sailboat and schlepping it down to the harbor on a trailer and dumping it in and going off. So I have this very, urban problem. I want to go to the harbor. I want to float on it in some way, but I live in an apartment and I have bikes. That's not actually the problem. That's the solution, of course. I did some really nerdy searching on YouTube, and let me just tell you one thing. If you're ever having problems sleeping, go onto YouTube and search for kayak reviews. Man, I struggled through several hours of kayak reviews, trying to find out what kayak I could buy that would suit my needs and my desires for wanting to get to the harbor. So I ended up figuring out the best solution. And there it is. I don't even know the brand, Intex, whatever, I don't care. I'm not selling this company, I'm not getting anything from them, I don't give a shit. But this is the one that seemed to be the best solution for me. And it was pretty cheap. It was like 1,200 Danish kroner. It's like a couple $100, 150 euros even. So there you go. But it's an inflatable kayak, 18 kilograms of pure rubber right there. It's gonna fit on one of my bikes. And today I'm gonna launch this puppy into Copenhagen Harbour to experience harbor life, to see Copenhagen from another angle. And it's a beautiful summer's day today. It's like 28 degrees and I'm ready to go. But first I gotta see how this works. I gotta get it to the water. I gotta pump it up. I gotta test it out, and then I'm gonna see what it's like. So wish me luck. Easy. 20-25 minutes. We just cycled down to the Sydhavn neighborhood here in Copenhagen. Took the old rubber boat off the bike, pumped it up. Took about 7 minutes to pump it fully, slapping the paddles together, and we're in the water and we are sailing. An amazing addition to my life, giving me access to this blue space. And we saw some other people with the same boat and we're all like going, yeah, that's right. The bright green rubber kayak crowd. I wonder if there's a tribe that I can join. I don't know. Man, we're here having an amazing experience, and unpacking it was easy. Let's see if packing it and getting it back on the bike and cycling home, no, probably a wine bar, actually, not home, to a wine bar, and see how easy that is. And then we're done with the test. So far, so good. And yes, this really hurts.